What's up, people? How's everyone doing? I hope you're doing well. Today, I'm going to be doing something a little different. So I joined a writing cohort. It's led by this guy named Dickie Bush. You could find him on Twitter. But we're writing atomic essays, and the idea is to write 30 essays in 30 days. Now, I'm not totally keeping up with it, but I am writing out more content than I usually do. The thing about writing these atomic essays, it condenses a lot of ideas into a short format, which I think is great. But I think there's room to extrapolate a lot of that stuff out and talk about it. So I'm going to repurpose those essays as videos. And so today I'm going to do my first video, and it's on my first essay, and it's called Double Down on Writing. So this new year, I'm doubling down on writing. To start the process off, I joined a cohort of writers led by Dickie Bush. The objective is to write and publish one atomic essay every day for 30 days. All right, so last year in 2020, I joined a course by David Perel called Rite of Passage, and I also joined and took a course called Building a Second Brain. Now, both these courses I think are exceptional, and I think they're going to revolutionize the way we learn on the internet. I was never exposed to these type of frameworks, to this type of thinking ever. All right. Not in going to high school, not in college. So I know the difference between high quality, courses and low quality courses. And I could say that both those courses are high quality. And that's how I kind of started off writing. And now I'm going to double down on it this year, because writing is just one of those things that will benefit anyone. Okay, so writing is something new for me. I explained why. A couple years ago, I quit my corporate career to pursue some personal endeavors. Now that those are complete, I am left trying to figure out what to focus on next. That's how I began to write. Yeah, so I quit my corporate career. Me and my wife, we wanted to travel the world, so we spent 6 months and traveled to 16 different countries. I got to learn about, the world, and I got to learn a lot about myself and my wife and our relationship. After that, I asked her to, it's not after, but I asked her to marry me in Budapest. And when we came back, we focused on our wedding, and I focused primarily on that. And we had our wedding, we got married, and now I'm kind of like, okay, what do I do? Do I go back to my corporate job, or do I explore some other avenues? And, one of the things that kept on coming up was to write. And, it's just one of those things where it's helped me navigate this kind of time of uncertainty. So I'm going to continue on with the essay. I love it, but at times it's been a struggle. Sometimes I write with enthusiasm, and other times I dread the task of having to squeeze words from my thoughts. So I think if you write, anybody could relate to this. Sometimes writing comes easy, and you can write for an hour and a half with no problem. And sometimes you sit at the computer, or you sit at your desk with your pen and paper, and it's just blank for an hour and a half. So, yeah, it was just, one of those things where I wanted to develop a writing habit. So here is what I want to get out of this course. Consistency. Writing and publishing every day is the basis of building a good habit. You could do it on your own, but I feel anything in groups will yield a higher output. I can 100% say this with certainty, that working with a group and the pressure from a group does produce higher output. And there's even like an accountability feature in the course where you have a buddy. And so, it's just an extra motivational factor. Discipline. Doing the things we ought to do when we don't want to do them is one of life's main struggles. My goal is to use the pressure this course offers as extra push to fight through those moments of doubt and lost motivation. So as you can see, pushing out these essays, your writing isn't perfect, right? It doesn't read perfectly, but the point is not to get out perfect essays is to just write and get your thoughts onto paper, and then to come back and, if you want to follow up and polish it up some more and really articulate your thoughts a little bit in a more detailed fashion, you can do that. But the point is to get something out on paper first. And so, discipline is doing the things that we don't want to do when we should do them. And that's one of the things that I want to get from this course. The pressure, again, it's to push out content, and you want to fight through those moments in which you don't feel like doing it, but you should do it. And that's what discipline is, and that's what I'm trying to get out this course. Discovery. So writing is a process of discovery. Sometimes it's an internal process. You clarify your thoughts, learn more about what you're interested in, and sort out ideas. Other times it's an external process. By putting your words out there for the universe to discover, it opens up the possibility of making new connections. So writing will definitely clarify your thoughts. It will help you become more articulate. It is one of those things where writing is thinking, and it really clears up a lot of bandwidth and untangles a lot of, let's just say, circular thoughts. Also, David Perel calls this his serendipity vehicle. It's basically when you put your content out there on the internet, you allow people to interact with you without you being there. And you don't know who's going to come across your content and relate to you and reach out to you, or what is going to come of that. But it's one of those things where, you can create so much opportunity and abundance just by expressing yourself out there on the internet. So the ultimate goal is to become a more effective communicator, not only with other people, but also myself. So this is back to like clarifying my own thoughts, going through my own ideas, analyzing my own frameworks. That all comes through a process of writing, and, you're becoming more clear in your own thinking. I can't think of one aspect to life where learning to communicate ideas doesn't yield a positive return. So this is one of those things where, whether you are working for a major company, or you're trying to build a startup, or you need to have a conversation with your wife, your friends, just everywhere, life is all about communication. And the better that we communicate, the more enjoyable and more success we're going to have in life. And that's the way I see it. So if anybody can think of anything in which communication doesn't add value, let me know. Okay. So from personal relationships to building a company, writing will help. I'm looking forward to the journey wherever it takes me, and I invite you along too. So as far as that's concerned, look what I'm doing right now. I didn't think I was going to do this, but I'm doing it. Just because it came up as an idea. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. We'll see. But it's just one of those things where when you become a creator, you just start having ideas and you roll with it. You throw spaghetti at the wall and see if something sticks. And so that's kind of what I'm doing. So anyways, with that said, I hope you enjoyed my first essay. I wish you all peace and love.